I've gone for Peel, Peel, Peel. Okay, we're all going for Peel. Xavier Ellis is with us in commentary, a former premiership player with Hawthorn, also played with the West Coast Eagles and coached the Swan District's Colts a few years ago. Welcome, Xavier.
Yeah, great to be here, mate. I actually played in a under-18 final over in Victoria when I was in my bottom age, and we won that. It was a memory that you won't forget, so what an opportunity for these kids.
Centre bounce to get us underway in the 2019 Colts decider. Jamison wins it down. Opportunity ground level. Charging through is Clark. Gets the hand pass away. Rather indiscriminate over the footy. Peanut. Now O'Connor. The Claremont captain gets the hand pass away. The kick goes to full forward and Middleton takes the mark. Wilson, a nice kick down the middle. In fact, it's not the full forward. It is Buller who's taken the grab directly in front. This will be a golden start for the Tigers. Buller's played 16 games this year, Mick, but just 4 goals, 7.
He's one of those swing men. He can play either end of the ground. He's certainly a competitive, imposing type when he's down back, but they've pushed him forward late in the year and he's provided a really good target.
No angle to contend with. Can he give Claremont the perfect start to the grand final? Yes, he can, and they get around him in a hurry.
At Simply Energy, we're proud to be powering up the WAFL during the final series. And no matter your team's result, we're offering 40% off gas usage charges when you pay on time. Call 1-800-286-867 or find us online to switch today.
Looking for a great deal on health cover? Well, look no further. Join Bupa on eligible products and get 6 weeks free. Terms and conditions apply. Call Bupa to find out more.
And down on the boundary line, we've got Steve Butler and Adam Jones on perfect football weather, boys.
Oh, it's just a magnificent day down here, Glenn, and got the state talent manager, Adam Jones, here. It's been a great year for this level of the game, Adam, and a great start here for Jack Buller too.
Yeah, great start for Jack, a nice clean goal, and watch for Jai Clark, who got the first clearance there as well.
Really looking forward to this game, boys.
Kick comes out wide. Opportunity for Peel. They have some numbers there. Wellen, the receiver of the hand pass. He's running out of room. Gets it back then to teammate in Butler. Hooks it across the body. One bounce out of play. Peel's opportunity to go forward. There is one of their targets down there.
They've already shown early, Claremont, a little bit of dominance in the ruck. It's just a matter of being able to guide it down to your midfielders.
Isaiah Winder, an exciting player for Peel. From behind, Cook wins it down. Oldfielder's there. Gets the hand pass to Thorne. Looking to level the scores. Pushes it left across the body.
Well, he's the one that they've got to watch, boys. I mentioned it in the pre-game. He can turn a game on its head within a matter of minutes. So he'll be disappointed with that first miss.
His older brother, Kelvin, has played league footy for Peel. Peeling for the mark there, Jamison. Nothing forthcoming. Opportunity ground level, Claremont can't keep it alive. I'm not sure that O'Connor wanted to there as it goes out of play.
Mick, just for those watching at home, what are the rules and regulations involved in the Colts game today?
Yeah, so at a stoppage X, there's got to be 2 forwards and 2 defenders inside 50 and another 3 behind halfway just to open the game up.
Thorne went without the footy. He may have a second attempt though, trying to tap it to his own advantage. He gets it, loops the hand pass over the top. Chance here running onto the footy. Trying to get the hand pass away. Ieto, big pack develops and there'll be a ball up. Peel only about 15, 18 metres out from goal.
It's funny to watch up here in the comms block. Obviously a stoppage. Turn around, run, get back inside 50.
Going up in the ruck. Cook wins it down. Is that out on the full? No, a bump ball off the boot there of Jackson Knight.
And it's been really successful, Lex, in terms of opening the game up, allowing the game to flow and these young men to showcase their talent.
Boundary throw in front. Cook wins it down. Opportunity again, ground level, but they can't come away with the footy. Peel, man at the bottom of the pack. Jonathan Ieto, kick 4. Lurking up forward back in round 11 against Perth. They'll need to keep an eye on him today. Clean possession. Cook throws it on the boot. That is not a bad effort. Does it hold its line? It doesn't. Drifts to the right. Peel second behind of the afternoon.
Came in under a really big injury. Cloud Cook had a shoulder which he injured at training early in the week, but good to see that he's got up for the game.
Tigers bringing it back in. favouring the broadcast side. Up in front, though, Rawson with the strong mark. He's got players queuing up at half forward. Kicks it over the head of Wellen. Thorne is there. Hand pass to Wellen. That's off the side of the boot. Is it a relay? It'll be a shot on goal from deep in the pocket. Wellen put down after he'd kicked, according to the umpire. And they play on. Make a bit of a meal of it there. Winder across the body, so they're peppering, but not having a great result.
Here's the downfield free kick. Yeah, a little bit in that. I'm happy for that to be paid downfield.
Kick back into play. Jamison, the target. Big leap over Cook. How they see it? Man in front.
Game plan's pretty clear. Kick it long to the big man out of defence.
Hand pass off to Rankin. He goes long and direct. That is a very good grab in front by Peel. Well, they're doing all the attacking at the moment, and that is a solid grab taken by Winder. We mentioned that he is a dangerous player up forward, Mick.
Yeah, just watch out for him, Glenn. I liken this kid. He's only 178 centimetres, so forget the height for a minute. The way he moves and his strength overhead is very, very similar to Charlie Curnow.
Dead in front, looking for Peel's first and the lead. They finally get one after numerous attacks.
It's a high ball.
Don't you diddle, don't you daddle, you better skedaddle. They need to run for your life. Well, like Virginia Creeper, well, didn't want to keep her just maybe for a while. You're the lady in a hurdle. Well, I feel that day.
Fantastic build up there by Peel. Smart kick, right to a dangerous spot. Winder does the rest, goes back, kicks the goal, but Peel have dominated the last 3 or 4 minutes of play, keeping it simple. No time to muck around with it in grand finals. They've settled in quite nicely.
Ball back in the middle, 3-point advantage to Peel early days. They came straight through to the grand final, beating Claremont in the second semi. Ball back underway in the middle. Going up White there for Peel. Ground level ball. Thorne busy early. Hand passes to Knight. Trying to tap it down out of midair. Cooley with it. Gets the defensive hand pass backwards then for Krause. They go towards the outer side. It sits okay for Crump. Cross the body. That is a well-weighted kick. Finds the target at right half forward. Kick going inside now from Shoecraft, who didn't play in the second semi-final. Hand pass out beyond the defensive 50. Claremont keeping it alive. Crump receives the hand pass from O'Connor, deep inside 50. Peel have some numbers there. Fall of the ball. Miller finds some space when there really shouldn't have been any. Shoots on goals, and it'll be a boundary throw-in.
Obviously didn't score the goal on that occasion, but he's a first attack on the ball, coming out on that strong lead, collected the Peel player, and then got back to work at ground level. Good signs early.
Ideal conditions, a still day, so the breeze not really swirling in the stadium, not favouring either end. Ball tossed in. Miller, clean possession, gets the hand pass away. Clark, the blind hand pass off the boot of Pemberton in defence, and another boundary throw in.
They've historically been a tall team, Claremont. You look at Miller, 198 centimetres, Shoecraft, 196, so they've certainly got height on a perfect day for footy.
Miller in the ruck again. Nudges his opponent White under the footy. Strong tackle laid in there. It'll be a ball up. Taking him straight to ground there, Cooley. Nowhere for Knight to go to extricate the footy, so pressure remains on the Peel defence. Opportunity at ground level if they're good enough. Clark goes to ground, slaps it into open territory though. The big ruckman goes back. Well done by White. Feeds the hand pass off to Knight. He clears targets in the middle of the ground. Great pickup though on the half volley. Peel pulling it across the body. Middleton up towards centre half forward. Can they manufacture something here? Claremont desperate in defence. Ball being held to Ramshaw, and we'll have a ball up, 45 out.
Heart in the mouth sort of stuff when there's a loose ball in defensive 50 and the big ruckman's galloping after it, but that was a clean pickup. Great job getting that to his midfielder.
Jamison goes up in the ruck, but he has his colours lowered. Ground level ball. Chance here for Knight. He's running out of space. It's not a bad effort. Back on goal. Oh, has that come off the defender's boot? It has.
I think it came off the Peel player's foot.
Now Winder's claiming it. There's No ARC here, mind you, after yesterday. Might have got the right result anyway. Claremont running the ball out of defence now. This is Renshaw, goes over the defensive 50. Ramshaw down the edge of the centre square. Great closing speed by Oldfield. Getting a fist in there on the footy. Malone with it now. Takes a bounce, streams to right half forward. Not a tidy disposal. Opportunity though down there for Lyons. Is he taken high? Umpire says no. Malone has followed up. Swung as he gets a grubbered kick towards full forward. Coming out in defence, Beverley left it behind. Butters nudged off his kick. Loose ball back there in defence. Malone again gets the hand pass away. The check side on goal misses to the near side though from Shoecraft to behind.
Obviously haven't seen a lot of footy Mick this year, but I'd say that'd be Claremont style of play. Open space, run, carry, get it out in front of space and get it as quick as you can.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, spot on. They're two really attacking teams, so you're going to see a fantastic game of footy today and very, very flowing.
Gavin tried to attack there, but was held up and well tackled. Malone busy in the last few minutes, just forward of the centre line. In fact, he backpedals into the circles. Goes long and direct now, down towards full forward. And in front, Butters takes a beauty.
Great kick that by Malone. Just went back, realised dangerous space, grand final early in a game. What a spectacular mark that was.
He's attracted some attention, Izzy Butters, late in the year from AFL club, so he'll attend the state combine. A young fella from Halls Creek, same area as Carlton, Sam Seaton.
Dead in front, leans back on it. The Tigers are back in front.
Kia prides itself on the highest quality and design, and it's these qualities that made the Stinger WA's Car of the Year, as voted by the motoring experts at the West Australian. Outside, it's a sleek Gran Turismo. Inside, it's a premium luxury sedan. And under the bonnet, a powerful twin-turbo V6. I'm on the winning team at Kia, and now, with the Kia Stinger winning WA's Car of the Year, isn't it time you joined us?
Well, you can see why this man might be gaining some AFL attention. Butters just floated across the pack beautifully. Did the fancy business and then did the simple stuff really well too. Great start to this Colts grand final.
Trading goals at the moment. Jamison in the ruck against Cook. Nice fair bounce from the umpire. Jamison wins it down. Ground level, tapping the ball along. The Tigers, they're able to gather it through Western. A hand pass away somewhat awkwardly. Is that a push in the back against Welland? In fact, not Welland. The man diving in there, Rankin. Umpire, let's play roll on. Eventually he'll call for a ball up on the broadcast wing.
Umpire might have been blindsided on that occasion. He might need a shovel to dig himself out there, Clark.
Hey, boys, you can see the intensity in the game. You can see why some of these young men adapt to AFL footy so quickly.
Jamison wins it down. Rankin pulled off his kick, comes towards the boundary line. There's a high tackle there. Allowed the advantage. Inside 50. Butler, here's Butters again. Gathers, he knows where the goals are. He's got the last two of the game.
Looking for a great deal on health cover? Well, look no further. Join Bupa on eligible products and get 6 weeks free. Terms and conditions apply. Call Bupa to find out more.
At Simply Energy, we're proud to be powering up the WAFL during the final series. And no matter your team's result, we're offering 40% off gas usage charges when you pay on time. Call 1800 286 867 or find us online to switch today.
Second goal there, kicked by Izzy Butters. He's had a terrific start to this game. Tell us a little bit about him, Adam Jones, at ground level.
Yeah, Fremantle Next Generation Academy player. He's played a lot of football in the PSA competition this year, but now he's just finding his form in the Colts, and what a good time to find the form.
He certainly found it well, no doubt about that, to start the game. It was a beautiful snap, unerring. Ground level ball, Western, from the ruck contest, across the body, out towards right half forward. High bounce on the footy.
I reckon.
No one really able to do much with it. Pemberton gets the hand pass away. Socket off the ground by Shoecraft. Pressure again on the defence. There he goes. Butters in there. Tried to tap it up to his own advantage, but Peel able to run the ball out. Knight bounces a kick. It might be going back in again. This is Thomas on the fall. Gets the defensive hand pass. They work it across. The kick going inside from Wilson, but Peel equal to the task in the last line. Marked back there by Stack. Chip it short down the corridor. Comes off. Mark taken it centre half back by Zach Rankin. He wants to flare the ball to the outer pocket. Kicked by Pemberton. That's not a good one. Chopped off by the Tigers through Anthony Davis. Davis wants to unload with distance. It'll drop in the waiting hands of Shoecraft. Couldn't complete the mark. Ground level ball. Line slings out the hand pass. Opportunity in there for Peel. No. Dragged off the ball. Rawson. Still the Tigers trying to force a stoppage inside their 50. And they've done that about 15 metres out from goal.
You spoke about Izzy Butters too, boys, and Lino Thomas and the like. The Kimberley, a really important part of Claremont's zone, and obviously for the health of footy X at the top level.
Ball one down. Snapshot on goal by Shoecraft, taken though by Knight. Gets the hand pass away to Beverley. His short kick marked and coming down the boundary line. In fact, that's Knight now. Push. It'll go the way of Peel. So the footy at just backward of the wing with Gavin. Looking for movement up forward. That is a good kick in towards centre half forward. And a good lead offered there by Welland. Welland long inside 50, almost on the fall. A mark down there to Peel, but an opportunity for Claremont if they can maintain their feet down there. The clearing kick comes out then from Davis. Ground level ball. Clark buffeted off it. Gathered by Cooley. Loops the hand pass to Thomas. Thomas now up towards centre half forward. Good kick. Claremont taking the mark. Wheeling and going straight away. Buller into the pocket, and they've maintained possession beautifully. Beautiful transition footy off half back there by the Tigers, and Young to line up on goal.
Don't like to compare game styles to an AFL team, but that was very Richmond Tigers-like in terms of got it going forward through half back, bumble, just keep it going forward, got out into some space, and then the importance of being able to kick at this level, target, shot on goal.
Logan Young played a lot of Colts footy this year in his 18th game. Angle about 45 degrees. Dream start by the Tigers.
Kia prides itself on the highest quality and design, and it's these qualities that made the Stinger WA's Car of the Year, as voted by the motoring experts at the West Australian. Outside, it's a sleek Gran Turismo. Inside, it's a premium luxury sedan. And under the bonnet, a powerful twin-turbo V6. I'm on the winning team at Kia. And now, with the Kia Stinger winning WA's Car of the Year, isn't it time you joined us?
As mentioned before the goal, fantastic transition play through the midfield by Claremont. Young gets on the end and finishes the hard work.
Do you reckon he's got a manager?
Well, the son of Colin Young, the manager to the Stars over here in WA.
Chance are he's on his books. Going up there, one down by White. Chance there for Thorne, taken high. He'll have the free kick towards the outer wing. He's an excitement machine. Tyrone Thorne, confronted by Crump. In the end, he gets the hand pass out wide. Spun in a circle, Hudson. Didn't panic. Hand pass out towards Butler. Look away, hand pass defensively. Pina overruns the footy, lines there for Claremont. Hand pass to Cooley. Bombs it long to half forward. It's well-weighted kick. Miller's taken the mark. He's taken it just inside 50. He'll have to kick from the arc if he's going to line up on goal. He's looking for a short option. The lead comes now on the slide. Buller can't take it down there, and there will be a ball up. In fact, Rankin on that lead, not Buller.
A little bit slack by Peel on that occasion. They had plenty of time to get back. It was just a faulty kick in the end that hasn't resulted in another shot at goal.
Getting the number 8s mixed up there. Going up high. One down by White. Ground level ball. Ends up with the skipper, O'Connor, across the body, and he has put it out on the ball.
Boys, we've seen Stevie Miller a couple of times. He's really highly rated by the great Percy Johnson.
Oh, yes.
He's certainly got a lot of time for him. He only arrived mid-season from the Wembley Ammo, so he's a late developer and someone that at 198 centimetres that looks really, really promising.
And with Percy on board, it's always a head start.
Ewing with the restart towards the outer side. No one can take the mark. Cooley, ground level, trying to get a hand pass backwards towards Jamison. The umpire is going to ball it up. 15-point lead early here to the Tigers. Peel, most people's tip here. They're at the ground today. They've had a great season. Jamison, lovely palm down to Cooley. Goes deep into the pocket. He might have gone too deep. He's put it out on the full. Swing the ball across the defensive goal mouth. Mark taken by Rankin. He goes short, chipping over the top. Now Pemberton. Rankin's kept running. That is good run. He's taken the mark just back to the wing. Spears at a line, and the mark has been taken by Butler. Peel working around the northern side of Optus Stadium. Powerful kick up towards half forward. From the back though, good grab taken by Jack Sears. 2 kicks from home. Unloads up towards the hot spot. Claremont with some numbers back there. They almost got in each other's way, but the mark paid in the end. And the clearing kick by Riley into the back pocket. Going long now, Thomas, and he finds his teammate there. Loading up the ground, Ramshaw now. That is a beautifully weighted kick towards the outer wing. Malone just held up though. Can't play on after marking. Long towards right half forward. Big pack underneath it. Butters with the fly. Couldn't take the mark. Hudson ground level. Now the skipper Pena. Gets the hand pass away to Beverley. A fumble at ground level. Good spoil. Good smother in there by Lyons. Malone tries to break through. The ball was actually stolen off him by Hudson. And we're going to have a ball up.
Just haven't quite settled the Peel Thunder. They're generally a pretty clean type of team, X, in their ball handling, but just a couple of crucial fumbles early.
You'd say Claremont's been the clean team so far, wouldn't you?
Cooley.
Absolutely.
Seen a lot of the footy, but that hand pass is stolen by Thorne. He had one arm pinged, a free kick. No.
Yeah, dump tackle.
Saying a dump tackle here against the Claremont skipper O'Connor. So the free kick with Thorne. Oh, built like a jockey. He's only a little chap as he kicks the ball in towards centre half back. Egan short down the outer side. The mark taken there by the skipper in Pena, and that's going to be a 50-metre penalty.
Yeah, just too far from his Peel opponent there. Just ran past Pena, the player in possession, and cost him in that protected area.
Well, it cost him by not manning the mark.
Yeah, Pena's taken a bounce. He's got all the way to 35 metres. Shoots on goals to the river end. Costly defence by the Tigers.
Are you dreaming of a good night's sleep? In 7 News...
Through these doors locked up in a safe could finally be the answer.
Could this be the secret ingredient for beating insomnia? Find out how you can try it. 7 News tonight.
Who's Australia's top dog? You are.
Counting down to Australia's top dog. Tuesday on 7.
Pena there, slack defence by Claremont, able to run on after the 50-metre penalty. Adam down on the boundary.
Yeah, Jarvis was a really close chance in the mid-season draft this year. Just missed out on selection. He's going to the state combine, and hopefully he plays a big one today to enhance his chances.
He won the toss. He pointed his team to the river end, and he's just kicked a goal in that direction. Jarvis Pena. Ball bounced back in the middle. It favours Jamison. He wins it down. Weston is there going against the tide. Long hand pass to Crump. He straightens him up. Somewhat off the side of the boot, though, towards centre half forward. Mark not taken back there by Rasham. Ground level ball. Butters went without it. Hand pass over the top now. Away go Peel. A hurried kick up towards centre half forward from Nesbitt. Well done back there in defence though. Claremont able to take the mark. The kick comes out wide off the boot of Riley. Thorne. It's a well-weighted kick, although it didn't quite make it to Weston. Showed good evasive skills. The kick comes out then to Crump. He's had a busy start, Cooley. And the man feeding the ball to Crump, who kicks up towards the wing. Malone can't take it up with just the one hand. He does receive it off the ground though. Ball still in motion. Weston goes to ground. Here's Jarvis Pena. Sides his way through the congestion. Beautiful kick up towards half forward. Good spoil from behind by Ramshaw, but running centre, taking the ball. Peel with a bounce, should have done better. Middleton spraying it to the left.
And boys, Pena just starting to find a bit of the footy now. I mentioned earlier, he's that quarterback style of player, and he'll be pivotal for them. The other one getting a lot of it early for Claremont is Joel Weston, one of the highly rated prospects for the 2020 draft.
6 disposals at 100% as well.
Kick comes out wide. Cook in front. Couldn't take the mark. There's Weston again. The hand pass stolen though. Thorne's hand pass knocked down. Weston is busy. Gathers the footy. Loops the hand pass outside. Ball sits okay there for Buller. Inside 50 he goes. Awkward bouncing ball. Hit hard. Ewing. Gee, went after the footy there. Gives it off to Thorne. Thorne off then to a teammate off halfback, and the kick by Welland to the outer side. They're able to maintain possession beautifully out there. Sears long towards full forward. Claremont with the last line spoil down there. Thomas didn't panic. Along the ground by hand to Ramshaw. Ramshaw's hand pass straight to Middleton. Middleton snaps on goals, and he has kicked it. Pressure there from Peel.
That ball, that goal created from Ewing off half-back. Just tucked it under his arm and hit the contest as hard as you've seen all day. Peel reload off that. What a fantastic finish to the quarter.
Terrific effort there by Peel, getting that late goal, keeping in mind there is no time on in the Colts. It is 25 minutes flat, and we've got a great, entertaining Colts grand final here. 2-point lead to the Tigers at quarter time. Entertaining first quarter here in our 2019 Simply Energy Colts Grand Final. It is the Tigers up by 2 points. Well in there, taking some treatment, which resulted in a goal downfield. Winder getting one early on as well for Peel. They were trading goals for a while. Claremont then pulled away, but luckily that snap goal from Middleton, virtually as the siren sounded, has put them back to within 2 points.
Yeah, great quarter of footy. You can see there, Claremont on top in contested disposal and inside 50s. Just a couple of individual ball winners. Cooley with 9, Weston 8. Butters has kicked 2. Thorne and Rankin for Peel Thunder both been very good.
Great start there by both teams. It certainly is a hot footy out there at the moment. Let's go inside now. The Peel huddle with Boopers. Sounds of the game.
Well, boys, I reckon we hit the nail on the head. First 8 minutes, 10 minutes were really disorganised. Let's go back to what we know really well. We were a little bit jittery, but these are easy things to fix, aren't they? Sure. Straight away. We'll get our organisation. I reckon one time you let Butters come right up the ground and went to goalkeeper instead of actually go to him. Yeah. That's not us. We hold our back six and we go and take off a man. Other than that, boys, I reckon the last 3 minutes we started to come in. Yeah. Remember, where was that game? Can't remember earlier in the year. And we said at half time, let's just stick to what we know. Could have been Leaderville, Subiaco. Let's just stick to what we know. Keep pulling off those 45s. They might not have worked early, but they'll come as the game goes on. Yeah, they're opening up late. So let's make sure we don't go away.
Yeah, as we just heard there from Shannon Cole, one of the assistants at the Peel Thunder, we're blessed in talent. They've got an outstanding coaching group, both teams, led by Mick Glassborough Peel and obviously Ross McQueen. But I thought he was spot on there, Rex. They did look a little bit disorganised deep.
Let's go down. Stephen Adam in the shadows on a glorious day.
Yes, well, the Claremont huddle very happy over there. Their contested possession work. They lead by 9 at quarter time. What did you find from the Peel huddle, Adam?
Yeah, they were pretty happy as well. They thought they were a bit nervy early, but then they settled, and they just want their defenders to defend first and then attack.
It's definitely game on down here, boys.
Certainly is. It's been a very entertaining start, fellas, down there on the boundary. Unfortunately, the slither of shade is where they are at the moment, although with Butt's hairstyle, shade may be the best place to be.
Quite lucky.
Yeah, he hasn't got his pork pie hat on today. He normally looks like an SP bookie at Flemington, but back in the days of the 1930s when he was a youngster. Now, Jamison in the ruck here to kick us off in the second quarter for Claremont. And he's up against Cook for Peel. Oldfield and Thorne in there. Two prolific midfielders for Peel at the feet of Cook in the ruck. Jamison wins it down, hooks it back over his head to Clark. His kick off the side of the body. O'Connor is there. Thought about going the wrong direction. Just remember which side his team was kicking as he comes out towards Crump. Along the boundary line he goes. That's a well-weighted kick. Just enough on it to get over the hand to Malone. Malone saw a bit of the footy in the opening quarter. Flirts with the boundary line. Opportunity for the Tigers. They can't come away with it though. The strong tackle in the end laid down there by Claremont, and they're able to force a bounce on their 50. Last man up there, Robert Hudson, working down there. Defence, ball thrown up. Jamison, nice palm down, does his own roving from his knees, but the hand pass goes straight to Knight. He's got nowhere to go, and we'll have another stoppage.
Just with Claremont, so mate, with the hit outs, every hit out they're going backwards, backwards, backwards. They're controlling the hit outs I reckon maybe potentially need to get a little bit more forward or a bit to the side. Every hit out going back would lose him.
Yep, and he's done it again, Jamieson. Boundary line is looming here, kept alive by Cooley, but his hand pass to the big Peel. Ruckman in Cook, nearly panicked. Thorne is there, turns straight into the Cooley tackle. Ball jars free. O'Connor with a squaring kick. Pressure on the Peel defence down there, unable to wriggle out the Tigers. Ball still in dispute. Claremont gather it. Hack kick, though, goes right across their attacking goal mouth from Buller, and it'll trickle out of play.
Just like to see him get a little bit more proactive, the Peel defence. You look at Lockie Beverley, who's a very talented defender, got good speed, being led to the ball. Ewing, who's a Colts Team of the Year performer, who's also a fantastic intercept mark, just trailing in a little bit too much.
I think a little bit too with the Claremont ball movement. They've been quite aggressive by trying to get it on the 45 and in the corridor, so they've got him second-guessing a little bit as well, I'd suggest.
Cooley, who had a very prolific and prominent opening quarter, puts that one off the side of the boot and out of bounds on the full.
Up to 11 disposals, Glenn, already.
Yeah, he looked good. Did a lot of good midfield work. Stack to bring it back into play for Peel. He hugs the boundary line, almost over the head of his teammate, but Oldfield able to arrest the footy. Still inside the defensive 50 though, Peel. He goes wide towards the southern wing. Juggled mark. No, not quite paid there to Peel. Kick up towards half forward, hitting it hard well and across the body. Beat the attempted smother there from Anderson. Here's Middleton. He kicked the goal right on the quarter time siren. Spins around, open goal square from 50. No, bouncing to the left for the minor score.
He's dangerous, Ben Middleton. I like it when he hits up at the footy, but you just see his ability to move laterally and turn his opponent inside out then.
1 goal, 2 for him this afternoon as the kick comes out towards the northern wing. Well, and in the end, content to tap it over.
Those medium forwards these days, if you've got a good one at all levels, they can do it in the air and on ground level, and you've seen today. In the air, he's pretty schmick, and then that bit of play there, just that turn.
Yeah, 191 centimetres, averages 2 goals for the year, and generally a pretty good set shot. 25-17 he's kicked for the season.
Ruckman coming from a fair way back, and in the end, Cook double palms it back over the line.
They go so far back these days, the Ruckman, don't they? Percy Johnson was out there at quarter time delivering some instructions.
I'd do a hamstring on the way in. Ball tossed in. They set themselves underneath it. Jamieson, clean possession, could do nothing with it. Hurry kick then by Knight up towards half forward. Good spoil back there by Anderson. Boundary line looming again. Can't keep it alive, Davis, or Kenny. Might have been better taking it out there in defence. Back to Oldfield, conceding more ground now. Back to Sears. Sears sets it up into the pocket. Free kick over the shoulder. It's going to go the way of Welland.
He's really started well, Dion Welland. He's given him some real energy up forward, the Peel Thunder boys. He's only a small little fella at 176 centimetres, but had a fantastic second semi where he collected 17 disposals and did a number on Claremont in that game.
Cameron Anderson, the man giving away the free, dancing around on the mark. Directly behind the kick, he improves it by a few degrees, sets it off well to the right and won't have any carry for a score. Jamieson up, ground level ball, Winder, ducking, diving, goaling, putting Peel in front.
Looking for a great deal on health cover? Well, look no further. Join Bupa on eligible products and get 6 weeks free. Terms and conditions apply. Call Bupa to find out more.
At Simply Energy, we're proud to be powering up the WAFL during the final series. And no matter your team's result, we're offering 40% off gas usage charges when you pay on time. Call 1-800-286-867 or find us online to switch today.
Winder with his second, a nice bit of candy and a beautiful finish on his left. Not draft eligible this year, but he's now wandered into the midfield. He's a dynamic forward mid. Very exciting times ahead.
He's kick 2. Steve Butler, we've got a Bupa injury update.
Yeah, we just saw young Clark come off there. He got a kick in the head by that boot from the Peel Thunder player, and just above his right eye, got a nasty little whack. They just checked him for concussion.
Thorne gets the hand pass out wide. Peel driving forward through Sears. Can't take the mark low down there. Courtesy of Egan. Ball in dispute. Jamieson, a hand pass away. Here is Winder, wriggles out of the tackle, loops the hand pass over the top. Absolutely crunched though is Gavin. Claremont desperate in defence. They get a high tackle. There is no advantage. The ball is going to come back here. And Wilson to clear off half back. Goes with the left boot diagonal towards the southern wing. It's a well-weighted kick. Coming in Young on the slide. It's the hurry up. Low drop punt, middle of the target, should have done better. Boundary throw in. Straight through his hands on the lead after he'd got some good separation.
And obviously unable to tag in underage football. One of the rules that's certainly in place to allow players to play their natural game, but Thorne having a real impact on this game.
Pair of 25s from behind. One down by Peel. Across the body. Powerful kick by Davis. Up towards half forward. Peel with the clearance though. Into the middle. Winder becoming prominent.
Very prominent.
Thinks about going down the middle and then flings it out wide. Pemberton in space with the mark. Pemberton back into the centre square. Not the best of kicks. Tidying up back there. Stack. Fiddling with it here, Peel. Tigers now at half back. Could have almost been an illegal disposal. Cooley gets the hand pass off to Anderson. He ignites the Jets. Takes a bounce. Good chase by the Peel players. Didn't put him off though. He gets it to Young. Young's hand pass awkward. Gathered there, and the kick into the pocket from Spivey, and he's been able to find Miller up forward.
See Clifton Stack there, boys, number 12 for the Peel Thunder. He does look just a yard off today. He suffered a concussion 2 weeks ago in their victory over Claremont. So first game back for him, and just lacked a little bit of composure there in the middle of the ground.
Tight angle here for Max Spivey. There is Stack sucking in the oxygen. Spivey from the shadows into the sunshine, but he's narrow all the way. Claremont drawing to within 4 points. Kick back into play. Down the corridor to Thorne. Thorne now to Ewing.
Just controlling the ball better this quarter, Peel. 15-metre passes.
Ewing out into the pocket beyond the defensive 50 there with Sears. He goes short towards half back. Claremont a little bit lax with their marking at the moment, allowing a few players to get free. Knight right on the 50-litre digits. Spears at short. Egan.
And boys, if you just watch this, I was fortunate to be down at Peel training. As we see, pass cut off.
Yep, bad turnover there. Spivey coming in to take the mark. They're flooding forward here, Claremont. Spivey goes for distance up towards full forward. Off hands, well done back there. The clearing kick coming out diagonally from Rawson on the end of it. Wellen almost lost the footy. Well, he has in the end. Has to go in and lay a tackle along with Thomas, and it's a stalemate.
Yeah, just down at training earlier in the week with the Peel Thunder boys. Watch when they're on a slow play, boys. They have been instructed to hold the ball, count to 5, wait for something to open up and go down the line as a last resort.
Jamison up, wins it down. Clark, a fumble. So too, Knight running through, leaving the footy behind. Diving in on top of it is Thorne. Young, he can't gather it. Butler almost taken high in the tackle and will have a ball up.
It's a good point, Mick. Look early, look late. So a game plan that they used to use at top level is after 3 or 4 seconds, you assume they're going to go long down the line. That's generally when one pops up. You just keep hitting those 15 metres, then the long one opens up.
Chance here for Winder. Threads his way through the congestion. 2 bounces into the centre square he goes. Up towards half forward. The mark taken there by Middleton. Middleton's got players breaking, but unfortunately the kick is too much there. Opportunity though still for Peel. Great one-handed pick-up and a great kick by Nisbet. Egan has floated down inside 50. Oldfield screaming for it into the pocket. He ignores that. Now all of a sudden he goes long. Egan, he's gone long. He's gone straight.
Kia prides itself on the highest quality and design, and it's these qualities that made the Stinger WA's Car of the Year. as voted by the motoring experts at the West Australian. Outside, it's a sleek Gran Turismo. Inside, it's a premium luxury sedan. And under the bonnet, a powerful twin-turbo V6. I'm on the winning team at Kia. And now, with the Kia Stinger winning WA's Car of the Year, isn't it time you joined us?
Egan, great switch kick. A young lad that knows his ability, just turns around and off 2 or 3 steps. A player with such great IQ. Mick?
Yeah, he is. He has got some of the best footy IQ I've seen, this young fella. He's actually an Indigenous player, Jackson Egan. Very, very smart, and only needs limited opportunities to have a really big impact. Fantastic user by foot.
And well done by Tyler Nesbitt, who didn't take the shot. Saw that he was free there at half forward. Here's Thorne off the hands of the ruckman. A fumble. A hand pass out. Here he is once again, Egan. That's the hand pass away. Little kick going forward there from Oldfield, but they're able to break it back there in defence, Claremont. Davis, almost a cricket-type catch there by Thorne, but off hands, the ball has been grabbed at ground level. Lines inside 50. Rawson standing tall in defence.
Peel defence, working much better this quarter. Chop out marks, get it to ground. They've been rebounding really well.
Rawson to the outer side. Hudson collapses to the ground to take the mark.
I reckon there'd be a small alarm bell going off in Claremont's box at the moment. I reckon Peel have taken over this game.
Yeah, the margin's only 10 points, but they are controlling the footy. There's no doubt about it. Here's Ewing. He almost threw the ball away. Opportunity in here. Peel gather and kick going backwards there. Now comes across towards Pemberton. Receiving from Rawson. Short along the boundary line, and Peel are able to maintain possession. Beverley comes out. Finds Sears. Sears down the edge of the centre square to Butler. He wants to roll on straight away. Loops the hand pass over the top to Rawson. Rawson out wide. The boundary line may well win here. Oldfield is there, though. He gathers a few metres. The ball stays in, though. Eventually, Claremont coming out in defence and able to knock it over the boundary line, courtesy of William Riley.
Killian Rawson there, boys, we've just seen a couple of times late. Really highly rated by the Peel coaching staff. They think he's an AFL player. He's certainly tough and hard in the contest and can pinch it through the midfield.
Boundary throw in. Neither ruckman get a hand on it. Ground level ball. O'Connor for the Tigers. Defensive edge of the centre square. Puts it into the middle of the ground. Foot races on. Young can't gather it. Tackled the ground, has the footy, didn't panic, gets it out to Davis. Davis onto Lines. Lines 52 metres out, pokes it inside 50. Spivey takes the juggled grab.
What a brilliant kick. When you're running flat out, the ability to show some composure and almost off the outside of his boot, find his teammate. Massive kick here to get it back to 4 points. Here's the kick, outside of the boot to a teammate waiting. That is top level.
A Hale schoolboy, Max Spivey.
Well, distance won't be an issue. It's a matter of accuracy to the river end. Sends it on its way. It's a goal that Claremont need. It's a goal that Claremont get.
There's a high ball.
Don't you diddle, don't you daddle, you better skedaddle. They need to run for your life. Well, like Virginia Creeper, well, didn't want to keep her just maybe for a while. You're lately in a hurdle. Well, I feel that day.
Spivey on that occasion finished the hard work of his team, rebounding all the way from the back 50. Doesn't matter how it gets there, they just urged it forward, and a nice bit of skill at the end. Spivey's on the scoreboard, 5 disposals and a goal.
So the ball back in the middle of Optus Stadium. It is a tight grand final here in the Colts. Hand pass coming out, roosting it high there towards centre half forward is Rankin. Going in Peel, losing their footing there, Thorne. Opportunity still for them to keep it alive. No, in the last line there, Weston gets there. Was half back. Weston gets the hand pass to Davis. He gets it off in turn to a teammate who breaks the tackle and takes it up to half forward, Jai Clark. Opportunity there, but Davis's kick is brilliantly smothered off the boot by Butler. Gets the hand pass away to the skipper, Pina. Bouncing across the half-back line. Kicks into the middle, running with the flight. Oldfield, a good mark. He wants to play on. Ducking and diving. Gets around an opponent. Kicks inside 50. Closing speed from Thomas. Fists it away from Thorne. Ground level ball, Egan. He's got his back to goal. He concedes a bit of ground. Pina will just hold things up at half forward. Now he goes on with it. Spears it into the pocket. Thomas there. Probably wanted the boundary line. Thorne gets it. The hand pass away. The shot on goal from the tight angle there from Rankin. Across the face. The mark has been paid. Great work back there by Middleton. He's had a good season up forward. You see him backpedaling, never taking his eyes off the ball. Getting it right on the line. Would have been certainly out of bounds on the full had it carried his hands.
Something might pop up here late. Always look late from these angles. There's one at the top of the goal square by himself.
No, he's going to take it on himself across the body. Pretty good effort. Peel get the quick reply.
Looking for a great deal on health cover? Well, look no further. Join Bupa on eligible products and get 6 weeks free. Terms and conditions apply. Call Bupa to find out more.
At Simply Energy, we're proud to be powering up the WAFL during the final series. And no matter your team's result, we're offering 40% off gas usage charges when you pay on time. Call 1800 286 867 or find us online to switch today.
Ben Middleton, good mark to start the work. Bit of composure, ran around. They do it very easily these days, some of these young kids. Kicks his second goal on a big occasion. Just great composure to be able to back your skill and ability to do that. And I reckon Peel have, especially in this quarter, showed how skillful they are.
Young kids do it well. That's where they want to kick from at training.
Yeah.
It's either the grubber kick or they do all their kicking from tight angles when the coach calls an end to training.
And boys, you just see Tyrone Thorne now push forward, and we've seen his impact in that last passage of play. Another WA great, Ash McGrath, certainly had a profound impact on that young man's last 12 months.
Premiership player in 2003, Ash McGrath with the Brisbane Lions. Ball tossed up, one down by Jamison. Hand pass from O'Connor. Cooley tracking the wrong way, gets a hand pass, intercepting Wellen. Hand pass is now on the bounce, linking up. Knight dragged down as he kicks. It's pushing off towards the right. Big fist in there from Thomas, putting it through for a force behind.
For me, that's the issue with the Claremont stoppage work at the moment. Everything's going backwards, and once you miss one handball going backwards, all the momentum's racing towards Peel's goal. A little bit more stuff heading forward.
Davis marks the kick in, comes out wide. Cooley, who's seen a lot of the footy, has it on the defensive.
13 disposals, mate.
Heading for a 30 disposal day. Comes long down towards the wing. Big fight from Jamison from behind. Lays the hand pass off immediately. He's got his captain O'Connor scooting by. He kicks deep. That was almost a push in the back. At the back, Butters can't find the handle. Pemberton closes him down. Beverley overruns the handball and it'll go out of play.
You mentioned Jack Cooley, boys. He narrowly missed the Colts team of the year, averaging 24 disposals, 3 tackles and 4 clearances over the course of the year. So he's had an outstanding 2019 season.
White to do the ruck work here for Peel. Against Bulla. Bulla uses the body, can't take the ball though. Attempted the clean possession over the footy Oldfield. The hand pass won't go anywhere. I think that's Cooley at the bottom of the pack again. We're going to have a ball up.
Pretty even around the clearances. Peel 14, Claremont 12.
It was Cooley, last man up. One down by Jamison here. Opportunity out for Knight. Hurriedly throws it on the boot. Claremont have some numbers here on the wing. Off hands, running onto it, Thomas. Goes along the boundary line, but Peel back there, able to take the mark. White, the ruckman with it. Pops it out wide to Winder. Umpire gives him the double whistle to hurry up. Kicks up towards the wing. That's poor. Thomas takes the mark and straight away will put Claremont into attack. That's not a tidy kick. Oh, big collision of bodies there. He didn't panic though, White. Got the hand pass away, but only as far as Butters. Butters deep into the pocket. Off hands at the back. Spivey wants to take the shot. Opens up the angle. Floats it with the left foot. Floats it right.
Almost a costly lesson there by the Peel defender. 2 flew. His opponent stayed down.
Yeah, you're spot on there, Rex. If you're going to come off, you've got to have an impact on the contest, don't you? And that's a lesson for all young defenders.
Peel immediately into play, but Knight's kick is a turnover to Anderson.
Top of the square.
That's where he's going to go. Didn't really strike it sweetly. At the back, juggled mark, not paid. Off hands, taken by Butters. He's got his third. Claremont keep trying to stay in this game.
There's a high ball.
Don't you diddle, don't you daddle, you better skedaddle. You need to run for your life. Well, like Virginia Creeper, well, didn't want to keep her just maybe for a while. You're the lady in a hurdle. Well, I feel that day.
The recruiting managers for some AFL clubs might be writing Butters' name down with a few ticks. That's his 3rd goal for the day. Great crumbing and simple footy by Claremont. Top of the goal square contest. And Butters has been reading it so well today, that'll do.
Well, he's only kicked 5 goals for the year, boys. He's kicked 3 here on the biggest stage of the 2019 season. So 187 centimetres. He's a beautiful hybrid type forward.
Yeah, heading towards a big day. 3 before half-time. Jamison from the ruck. Cooley. Weston. Back to Cooley. To Miller. Miller's hand pass away. Cooley dragged down. Didn't have the footy. Going to be a free kick. So Cooley has it in the centre square. He's got a player out wide in Crump. He'll take the mark on the stretch.
That tackle might have hurt Cooley. I think he's grabbed the head a couple of times. 17 disposals now.
Miller down ground, taking the mark. Going to chip it inboard, keeping in mind that there are 25-minute flat quarters here, no time on. Ewing, in fact not Ewing, Krause comes out wide. They're really taking their time here. Down the boundary line goes Young in front. Peel can't take the mark, recover it on the ground. Stolen away though, hurried kick going inside 50 by Claremont through Clark. Shot up towards goal now. Jamison is going to break away towards the boundary line. Not a bad result in the end for the Tigers.
And I'm tooting Butters' horn a few times today, but even that spoil there, he's out of the contest. Just get that arm in. Created another opportunity for Claremont a minute to go. If they can get a little bit of ruck craft here.
Boundary throw in. Jamison uses the body well, wins it down, but Peel is equal to the task in defence, forming a wall. Claremont can't break through it. Spivey at the bottom of the pack surrenders the ball to the umpire. 40 seconds away from half-time. One down again by Jamison. They want to get this ball out. Knight just throws it on the boot. Back towards the centre of the ground. Middleton is there. High bouncing ball. Unable to bring it down cleanly there was Middleton. Riley's over the top of it. Not Middleton, I should say. It was Anderson. And a ball up. Looks like we're going to go to half-time with a 4-point advantage to Peel. Unless someone can get a quick break and a mark here. Miller goes up, wins it down. There are a opportunity. Cooley across the body, inside 50. Over the back, Butters. Can he find the handle? Comes to Spivey, almost on the siren, takes the shot. It won't bounce through for a score. And at half-time in the Simply Energy Colts Grand Final of 2019, Peel Thunder have a 4-point advantage, 6-7 to 6-3. An entertaining first half, Xavier Ellis.
Fantastic game of football. The kicking's been great, but also the skill level around goals. They haven't needed too many opportunities to get on the scoreboard. I mean, you watch Butters and guys like that who we've spoken about haven't done a lot all year, but the opportunity on Grand Final day to put your name up in lights, and he's done that. But For mine, it's been such a 50-50 game. Claremont are dominating the hit-outs but losing the clearances. They need to nut that out at half-time.
Well, Claremont led by 2 points at quarter time. They now find themselves 4 points in arrears. Peel in front of the game at the moment. One of the stars out there for Peel is their skipper in Jarvis Pena, and he's down with Steve Butler.
Yeah, he's kicked a great goal there, was back in defence, but Jarvis, you'd be pretty pleased with a 4-point lead at half-time.
Yeah, fight back from the boys after the first quarter. Probably under the pump first 5-10 minutes, so no, it's a good turnaround and a lot of confidence going into the half-time break.
Did take you a little while to settle down there too in that first quarter and a bit?
Yeah, probably. I don't know, that's the grand final, we get nerves and stuff like that, so we finally settled and got a few goals on the board and just need to keep you straight and then we'll be right.
Good half, mate, keep it up.
Cheers.
Steve's down there now with one of the big men.
Yeah, got Callum Jamison here and pretty good on grand final day. You can take a big hanger at Optus Stadium. Callum, well done.
Cheers, mate. I'm just trying to play my role for the team and get us over the line and hopefully we can get the win.
How hard was it? Because you had such a good start, but then Peel settled and came back at you, but you're really right in this game.
Yeah, Peel are a quality opposition. They just keep coming at us. They've got a lot of run out of the back line, so we've got to shut that off, and the boys will dig deep, so I know we'll keep going.
We've got a great shot of the mark, mate. Keep flying.
Cheers, mate. Thanks.
It was a great mark that he took on the wing in the dying stages of that opening half. So Peel Thunder, the red-hot favourite, but they do have a battle on their hands. Their lead at half-time in the Simply Energy Colts Grand Final is a slender 4 points.
Show with the Simply Energy Colts Grand Final at half-time. How about that young man, Butters, with 3 first-half goals. He knows where to find them. He's been electrifying for the Tigers. And Claremont off to a bright start against the favourites, but Peel Thunder, the best team through the home and away season, striking back in the second quarter, outscoring their rivals 3-2. And at the main change, they lead by 4 points. What a spectacular spring day it is, with the big one to come, the WAFL League Grand Final for Optus between Subiaco and South Fremantle. Mark Reddings alongside Mick Ablett, the talent pathway manager at the WA Footy Commission. Mick, what a great first half it's been.
Yeah, outstanding, isn't it, Mark? A couple of coaches that have just let the players play. It's refreshing to see such open, free-flowing, skillful football, and we've certainly got a game on our hands here, as you mentioned, with Peel only up by 4 points.
Yeah, Claremont inside 50s with a narrow advantage, 26-20. The class of Peel, though, just starting to shine through in that second term.
Yeah, they won't panic, the Peel boys. That's one thing Mick Glassborough has instilled in. They'll continue to play their brand of football, as we see that outstanding start there from the Claremont boys on that nice hit up to Jack Buller. But they'll continue to play their game as per what they have all year, Peel. They won't be frightened by this close margin at half-time, so there's no doubt they'll continue to take risks to come inside. But what that does, Mark, it certainly gives Claremont an opportunity to pick them off and counter-attack.
Isaiah Butters, haven't seen a lot of him, but he's got some wheels, he's got some tricks. We'll talk about him through the course of the first half highlights. But they needed a couple of steadies. They got that with Pena. They got some ball control through the middle, and this game is delicately poised.
Yeah, it certainly is. And like I said, when you play that brand of football where you want to bring it back through the inside, you'll always give the opposition a chance. Claremont have been outstanding with their ball use and very, very efficient going forward. As we see Winder, who's had a significant impact on this game, one of the really highly touted prospects for the 2020 draft.
And Cal Jamison, right on the stroke of half-time, showing us his athletic ability. Peel with that 4-point advantage, late mark and goal, very important for the Thunder, just to give themselves some breathing space on what is a pretty warm afternoon for footy now.
Yeah, it certainly is, and that's where the second half's going to lie, in my opinion. You've got Peel Thunder, who have come off a nice break and had a really easy run into the grand final, as opposed to the Claremont boys who've had to really work hard. What have they got left in the legs for the second half?
In a word, which change room would you rather be in?
I think I'd rather be in the Peel change rooms. As I mentioned, it's going to be interesting on a hard deck out here at Optus Stadium, what they got left in the tank, the Claremont boys.
Yeah, the Tigers breaking it down after the first half. They trail by 4 points. The Peel Thunder Rooms getting some air in the lungs and planning for a big second half. The Simply Energy Grand Final is not far away from resuming. Wondering what to do on a sunny Sunday spring afternoon? Plenty of time to head down to Optus Stadium, where the Optus League Grand Final is not far away. But a beautiful afternoon for footy, one of the great stadiums in Australia. and it's Subiaco and South Fremantle. The Lions hosting the Bulldogs. Can South Fremantle cause that massive upset? Time will be the judge of that. Just over an hour and a half to go before the opening bounce. Earlier today, it was West Perth in an upset, defeating Claremont in the Reserves Grand Final, and Peel Thunder lead by 4 points over the Tigers in the Simply Energy Colts decider. Third quarter not far away, both teams in a tight huddle, and the skills have been high. The quality has been terrific. Let's head back to our commentary position, led by Glenn Mitchell.
Thanks very much, Mark. As you mentioned, it was a West Perth win in the reserves. They won by only a goal, and we're perhaps on track to something similar in the Simply Energy Colts Grand Final. As you mentioned, just a 4-point margin in it at half-time. I don't think, Mick Ablett, we're going to see anything structurally different from either coach. Everything seems to be pretty much on balance through the first 2 quarters.
Yeah, you're 100% right, Glenn. You won't see change. I mean, Peel have backed themselves all year to play their brand of football. Even when they were challenged 2 weeks ago against Claremont, they stuck to their guns and came out on the right side of the ledger. Geez, why would you change if you were Claremont? They're certainly well and truly in this contest, X.
I think they need to tweak their stoppage work. They've won 25 hit-outs to 10, yet are losing the clearance 14-16. So I think they need to get way more bang for buck through their ruckman, through their midfielders. If they can get the ball going their way first, I reckon they're a chance of an upset. If they can't get that connection to work in this half, I think that's going to be their downfall.
Steve Butler telling us there is a slight breeze favouring the left of screen, the eastern end of Optus Stadium. That's the end to which Claremont will be attacking in this quarter. Can they make some inroads? They're still right in the game against the warm favourite pre the opening bounce. From the bounce to get the second half underway, Cooley, who saw a lot of footy in that opening quarter, bouncing it to the outer side. He'll have some numbers out there. Sears, the hand pass away to Pina. Links up then with Hudson. Back to Sears, short, that's not 15 metres. Knight has to play on. He wriggles away from Jamison, kicks over the centre line, bouncing ball to the wing. He'll have a great opportunity here if they can find a target going forward, and unfortunately, Jack Rankin can't, and he bounces it out of play.
The other interesting point too was, I think it's who's going to settle defensively. This has been a very open game. Both sides at times have looked a little bit disorganised. So who's going to shut the oppo down quickly enough?
It's been a good game skill-wise in front. Cook wins it down. Opportunity for Thorne on the 50, ducking and diving. Hand pass away. Couldn't find a teammate though. Chance here for Thomas. Flirts with danger. Back into the corridor. Hand pass alive. Taken though by Thorne. Left foot snap on goal. Won't have the carry. Claremont doing their best to force it through. Has it been touched? It has. Minor score off the boot of Tyrone Thorne.
Live by the sword, die by the sword, but the switch kick to 50 metres out in the corridor, very dangerous kick, but they've been taking it on all day, Claremont.
Kick into play by Thomas is a beauty. Finds the chest of his teammate Crump. Just beyond the defensive 50. Up towards a sliding Miller, not paid the chest mark low down. Being tackled to ground now, or at least held on the ground by Clifton Stack. And we'll have a stoppage on the wing.
Miller's just made a couple of klutzy errors today. Dropped a chesty there. He was involved in the 50-metre penalty earlier. Just needs to switch on a little bit.
Chance for Peel. Thorne receiving the hand pass from Knight. Inside 50 he goes. No one can take the mark. Opportunity here for Weston. Well tackled by Oldfield. Hand pass away. It ends up with Crump. Well taken to ground by Thorne. Oldfield's in there again for Peel. Desperation shown from both sides, and we're going to have a stoppage in the centre square.
Boys, it'd be remiss of me to mention John Dietz, who was the talent manager at Peel Thunder for a long period of time, done an outstanding job, and now overseeing the northern part of the Gold Coast Suns Academy. He'll be listening in, and congratulations to him on the work that he's done over a long period of time with this group.
Weston and Davis playing keep it off out there, sharing the footy. Now the Claremont skipper O'Connor has got run forward of the ball. Cooley now gets it off to Clark. Long kick inside 50, back with a flight. Butters has taken the grab, and he's going to line up on his fourth.
I reckon he needs to kick 6. I'm not sure why the Claremont player's calling for it 50 metres out when Butters is 8 metres out, but just out the back, lovely kick too, took it on. I reckon for them to win today, he needs to keep going on his way this second half.
Isaiah Butters lining up on his fourth to put his team back in front, and he's done just that. The Tigers up by a point.
It's the global music phenomenon.
Hey, yo, Stray Kids in the building!
I'm sitting here with K-pop royalty.
Oh, no, is there royalty?
We take you inside the K-pop machine, where success can come at a huge cost.
If your nose needs to be smaller or bigger, it's the company that decides that.
It's not enough money for you to live, about $1 or $2 a day.
Is it entertainment or exploitation on Sunday night?
Butters just sneaking out the back there. He's had 5 disposals for 4 goals. Not a bad rate, that one, Glenn, but it's good to see. They haven't been difficult shots, but he's absolutely made the most of every opportunity today. He's doing the hard work really cleanly and doing it early, and then he's getting the results on the other end.
Might need some partners in crime up there, though. Unless he's going to do it all himself. Jamieson in the ruck opposed to Cook. Cook tries to hook it back with the left hand. O'Connor's hand pass to no one in particular. Oldfield steals it off the ground, off the side of the boot. Out here on the wing, taking the ball to ground under pressure. Davis, still in dispute, gathered by Davis. Kicks it off the side of the boot, up towards half forward, fisted away down there by the Peel defence. And we'll have a throw in.
My under-18 premiership, 13 years ago it must have been, Dale Thomas was the player who put his name up in Lights on Grand Final Day and kicked 5 on that day. He was an All-Australian, but he was sort of around the second round mark and kicked 5 and ended up going pick 2. So what you do on Grand Final Day definitely elevates you.
Jamieson wins it down. Young can't come away with the footy. Another stoppage.
The other one, X, that we saw play yesterday was Steele Sidebottom in a TAC Cup Grand Final. Kick 10.
Then plays midfield.
Jamieson flies. Beautiful palm down to Cooley. He kicks inside 50, but Pena is there. He's given away the free. A push. And the opposite number 11 here in Lyons awarded the free kick. Might be right on his range. Probably will look for a short option or set it up. He's going to look for a short option inside 50. He threaded that beautifully. And on the end of it, Jack Bullock, who can line up on his second.
Bit of a knuckleball, that one. But the Peel side, they thought they had the mark, so they've wasted some time there. They probably had 15 seconds to get back and man up. A bit of a wobbly gong, but that'll do perfectly. But there's no excuse why someone wasn't on all the Claremont forwards there. They had plenty of time, and they just took the foot off the gas and relaxed.
It's not a foregone conclusion, this, so I don't want to put the mods on him, but he can be inaccurate. 4.9 he'd kick for the season, Jack, so...
It's an interesting walk-up. He's got it in one hand.
Builds some momentum towards the eastern end goal, and he puts it straight through the middle. The Tigers with a dream start to the second half.
Looking for a great deal on health cover? Well, look no further. Join Bupa on eligible products and get 6 weeks free. Terms and conditions apply. Call Bupa to find out more.
At Simply Energy, we're proud to be powering up the WAFL during the final series. And no matter your team's result, we're offering 40% off gas usage charges when you pay on time. Call 1800 286 867 or find us online to switch today.
An easy chest mark there by Buller. We may have mentioned that the goal kicking bit has been a bit difficult this season, but that was a beautiful finish. And Glenn, he might be the man that can help Butters out in this second half, and he's now kicked his second.
Gee, look at that kicking action, the magnificent.
It looked lovely, didn't it?
Leg extension. Yeah. It's hard to imagine that he hasn't been accurate this season. Perhaps it's got more to do with the ball drop. Ball bounced back in the middle. Jamieson, yet another ruck knock. They're playing for the free kick, and he will get it in there, Cooley. He's had a terrific game so far. He gets the hand pass off to Weston, floats the left footer poorly. And Pena takes the mark on the defensive 50.
Weston a left footer?
No, that's what I was just laughing at. It's amazing, isn't it, with the young players today that they run onto their non-preferred to receive a handball.
Ridiculous.
Jarvis Pena kick finds Knight. He goes short and finds Hudson. What about coming out wide to Ewing, but he gets around Weston and then goes long and direct. Coming out, Anderson shins the ball to ground. Not Anderson, I should say. It was Thomas shinning the ball to ground. Couldn't gather it cleanly then, and we'll have a ball up just outside the 50 for Peel. They want the response. Down by 7. Claremont getting the opening 2 goals of the third quarter. Ground level ball. Young can't come away with it. They can run onto it now. Taking a bounce and accelerating away. Pasira kicks into the middle of the ground. Couldn't find a teammate. There's going to be a turnover as Pemberton goes forward, and on the end of it, Welland takes a good grab.
Jeez, he worked his man under the ball really well then. Dion Welland just held his space, and just at the right time, he just worked his way to the front of that contest, X, and took a very strong overhead mark.
Yeah, Thomas only lightly frames. He just made body contact far too early. When you're lightly framed, you need to make it as late as you can possibly.
Here's another one. Mick, 4 goals, 9 for the season. Bit of a stuttery approach. Goes long. It won't have the carry. It's drifting off to the right. Off hands. Claremont will want the boundary line. They don't have to worry because the ball finds it there itself.
Cooley's up to 24 disposals. What a big day. 9 clearances to go with that.
Mainly off the hand of his ruckman, Jamison, who's certainly won the hit-outs today. He's in there once again. That time, though, it's won by White, although off White's hand, it comes back to Jamison, and we'll have a stoppage about 30 metres out from goal.
This quarter alone, clearance is 6-2 Claremont's favour, so they managed to turn that around.
Jamison wins it down. Again, on the end of it was Cooley. He got a hand pass away to Young, now to Weston. Weston wants to change direction. Smothered off the boot. It comes to Middleton. The snap misses to the right.
Weston's just had a couple of moments he'd love to take back. Very classy player. I'm sure he'll make amends.
Just a goal in it. It's Anderson out of the defensive goal square. Well-weighted kick. Finds his teammate on the outer side, Pasira. Just beyond the defensive 50. It was high and wide towards the southern wing, but the only man back there, Stack. Peel can push into their attacking half once again. That's not a great kick intended for Winder. Follows up, spun into the western tackle. Got a hand pass away. Opportunity in there for Knight, I think it may be, who's been buried. And will have a ball up.
Peel just struggling to get their hands on it at the moment. They just need to get a mark or two and get their game style flowing again.
Ball back in motion. Chance ground level. Oldfield gets the hand pass to Knight. He's 55 metres out on the close. It's an open goal square. How does it bounce into the padding? Minor score. Quick move by Claremont, bringing it straight back into play. They work it to Clark. Clark comes along the boundary line. Buller's worked his way free up to the wing. Needs run support inside, and he gets it. Sweeps the hand pass off then to Anderson. Anderson not tidy up towards the attacking 50 at left half forward. Strength in there by Stack for Peel. Some of his teammates come in. This will be a holding the ball decision. Dragging in, the umpire says, and it's going to be a free kick going the way of Peel Thunder. The ball with Rawson goes back inside the defensive 50. Now the kick by Pemberton towards the outer side. Sears is free on the wing. Wheels inboard. Pemberton has kept running. He marks. He's in the attacking half now. Goes inside 50. The target was Thorne. Over the back. Mopped up by the Tigers. The hand pass comes out from Krause. Running onto it, Ramshaw. Long kick towards the outer side. Arriving late, Ewing brings the ball to ground. They work it backwards. Rawson wants to come back towards the centre square. Grubbers the kick in there to Gavin. Shares it with Ewing and then puts it straight on the chest of an opponent. And away go Claremont through Batchelor up towards half forward. Would have had his heart in his throat there, Beverley, as he juggled the mark in front of Buller. Now they want to go on the switch to the outer side. Clearing kick by Rawson. Thorne works his man under the footy. Runs back onto it. Hurried left footer inside 50. Claremont fisted away through Riley. Ends up at the front with the Tigers through Krause. Krause short, and Ramshaw takes the mark.
A couple of shallow entries there for the Peel Thunder, and they're just bouncing straight back out.
Knight perhaps could have gone for the mark there. Opted to fist the ball down, running onto it. Gavin runs straight into Davis. Got a hand pass away, though, to the ruckman White. Now on to Egan. Egan, confronted by blue and gold jumpers, bounces a hand pass to White. He gives it off to Winder. Winder inside 50 and on the lunge the mark. O'Reilly couldn't do much there in defence. There was a little bit of separation. The kick certainly wasn't tidy coming in, but Peel able to take the grab dead in front. Middleton is going to line up on goal.
Just went from a very, very clean and classy game of football for 5 minutes. It was absolute junk, but that there playing in front like all good forwards. But he just needs to take the 30 seconds here, grab a breather. There's only a goal in it. But all of a sudden, they're playing like it was the last minute of the grand final and they were a point down both sides.
Have we seen some flower bags, kickballs?
Baseball terms, he's batting 500 on the day. He's got 2 goals, 2. Ben Middleton dead in front. A very measured approach, a very well-measured kick. Peel up by...
Kia prides itself on the highest quality and design, and it's these qualities that made the Stinger WA's Car of the Year, as voted by the motoring experts at the West Australian. Outside, it's a sleek Gran Turismo. Inside, it's a premium luxury sedan. And under the bonnet, a powerful twin-turbo V6. I'm on the winning team at Kia, and now, with the Kia Stinger winning WA's Car of the Year, isn't it time you joined us?
It was messy, but it was effective. There it is, an absolute mongrel punt forward. Middleton playing in front, goes back and slots his third. Now look at this celebration. Xavier Dersma inspired. Bang.
He's a fantastic young man, Ben Middleton. He's very, very different, but he's got a great sense of humour and one of the good characters of talent here in WA.
One down the middle by White for Peel. Ball ping-ponging between legs. Opportunity in there for Western. Look away hand pass. Cleverly knocked back. Cooley gets the hand pass to the man who tapped it to him, Pasira. Up towards centre half forward, but Peel have the answers back there. The mark taken by Hudson on the defensive 50. Looks towards the outer side. Getting back there, Davis. Able to close down Egan and fist it out of play.
Just look, you mentioned before, X, they just look to have settled a little bit now, Peel, don't they? Just in the last couple of minutes, just regained the momentum a little bit. So, like I said, they won't waver from what their style's been all year. So, look for them to continue to take those risky options to try and open up the game.
Ball tossed in. Off hands, opportunity for Peel through Gavin into the centre of the ground. Not a good bounce for Wellen. Behind Anderson, brilliantly tackled by Wellen. No prior opportunity, says the umpire. He may have had his hands free there, but let's have a look at it on replay.
He might have been able to flick the handball too, but if he could have squeezed through that gap, there was about 50 metres of space in front of him.
Going up, Cook wins it down, but only as far as Claremont. The kick by O'Connor to half forward. Butters can't mark in front, but he recovers beautifully. Fell over, didn't panic. Gets the hand pass from his knees off to Clark. Clark inside 50, but at the last line of defence, Beverley marking it right full back. Wants to come wide towards the wing. Fly from behind Miller, but holding his ground in front. Cook not actually paid the mark. It's good to play on. There was no whistle on that. He goes over the centre line. Opportunity back there in defence for Claremont. Krause, was he grabbed but not in possession? Umpire says no. Thomas, clever kick off the outside of the boot to the prolific Cooley. Cooley goes on by hand then towards Ramshaw. He goes short. The mark to Young. Young in the shadows, kicks into the sunshine on the stretch overhead. The ruckman Jamison takes the mark, just shy of left half forward. Bombs it long now towards left full forward. Butters is there. Ball comes to the front of the pack. Clark slipped over, head straight into the Cook tackle. There'll be a stoppage and a ball up 40 out from a Tiger goal.
Cooley up to 27 disposals. He had a massive day.
Yeah, 10 clearances too, boys. He's been outstanding.
One down by Jamison, but only as far as Peel, who hooked the ball out of play, Rankin. It ends up with Butler looking for something creative into the middle. He finds Thorne. They're going to go on the switch now, running towards the outer side and taking the mark. Egan accelerates away with a bounce, gets around Davis, straightens up, low towards 50, Middleton again. Well, last time he was on the slide, this time he's taken it overhead.
Yeah, well, I don't think the distance will trouble him, but boys, what about the kick in from Egan?
Yeah, magic.
Absolute bullet. I mentioned it earlier. If the kid gets himself fit and really commits himself to footy, he's a genuine AFL player.
Even look at his body, you can see there's a little bit of pud there, but you can picture him, stripping down with a big pre-season.
Ben Middleton, full forward in the Colts team of the year. He's looking at his third 4-goal haul of 2019. Gun barrel straight. Peel out by 7.
It's a high ball.
Don't you diddle, don't you daddle, you better skedaddle. May need to run for your life. Well, like Virginia Creeper, well, didn't want to keep her just maybe for a while. You're lately in a hurdling. Well, I feel that day.
Middleton, strong mark, beautiful kick in. Babe Ruth knew exactly how far he could kick it. And as a true leader and a forward, it's his fourth. He's kicked 3 in a row for Peel now. 4 goals, 4 on the day. He's put his hand up for the medal.
Yeah, he kicked the last goal for them before half-time. He's now kicked 2 in minutes here in the third. His third 4-goal haul of the season. Bounce in the middle. One down by Miller. O'Connor can't come away with it. Well, he will, in fact, as he's been tackled high by Oldfield. So the Claremont skipper, Ronan O'Connor, has the ball in the heart of Optus Stadium. He goes long towards full forward. Fisted away down there by Pemberton. Ewing tracks it into the defensive pocket. Hand pass to Stack. Hand passes back over the head. Not too sure about the wisdom of that. There'll be a turnover. Sears with it. Gets a little hand pass outside to Fuller. That's holding the ball. As he was tackled, he actually placed the ball on the deck. Peel with the free kick. They come across the defensive goal mouth from Stack to Beverley. They'll try and load up now around the broadcast wing. Knight, a clever mark, backpedaling. Next link in the chain is important. Pena on the sprawl, takes it low down.
He's just working himself really nicely into this game. Jackson Knight, another Simply Energy Colts Team of the Year representative.
Here's the switch to the outer side. The mark taken out there by Rankin. Puts them up towards full forward. Chance front of the pack, Egan. Running out of room. Does the unselfish thing. Goes back. Is that 15 metres? The umpire says it is. And Aietto's got the grab on 50.
Couple of spares for Claremont. The ruckman's not deep enough.
Aietto pokes it into the pocket. Floating down the ground, a man involved earlier on the wing. And the grab has been taken by Zach Rankin, well within range.
He's this young man's been playing seniors down at Eton since 14 years of age. So he's no stranger.
He'd have a hard body then.
To absolutely to the hustle and bustle of these big games of footy.
Distance shouldn't be an issue. The man on the mark will run towards him. He'll shoot from about 46 metres out. In he comes. Strikes it pretty well. But it's narrow all the way and through for the minor score.
Feel as though Peel are about a goal away from breaking this, so Claremont really need to hang on in these last 5 minutes.
Thomas with the restart. Pulls it out to Riley in the pocket. 4 minutes away from three-quarter time. Just keeping in mind 25 minutes dead on the game clock. There is no time on added in the Colts or the reserves. Krause into the outer pocket. Thomas, who read from the behind, goes towards the outer side. Pemberton overcooked it there. In his weight, gathered there by Wilson. Slings a hand pass inboard on the bounce to Clark. Wriggles out of the tackle. Not a tidy kick up towards half forward. Running onto it though, Butters can't gather it. Pena coming across his bows. Did it go out of play? It didn't. Pena plays on and finds Sears down the corridor. Sears now will go for the switch. Cross to Aietto. Right half back. Aietto now comes towards the northern wing. Good test of the hamstrings there out in front. And the grab taken by Gavin. Wants to go back into the middle of the ground. Winder, who started the game brilliantly, plays on. Kicks up towards the attacking 50. Was that illegal use of the body? It was. He's got away with it, Middleton. Riley pleading his case. But Middleton is going to line up for his fifth.
Just watch the replay here, boys. I love this. That's not a push in the back. That's just really good body use. And you think back to the great forwards of the Wayne Careys and the like that used to do that week in, week out. Fantastic to see a young man use his strength to his to outmuscle his opposition and get another shot on goal.
And there has been a change in the rules this year as well. It never used to be able to put hands there at all, but now you can protect the space.
Well, this for 4 in a row and 5 for the game. Ben Middleton strikes it from right on 50. It's bending back. He has got 5.
At Simply Energy, we're proud to be powering up the WAFL during the final series. And no matter your team's result, we're offering 40% off gas usage charges when you pay on time. Call 1-800-286-867 or find us online to switch today.
Looking for a great deal on health cover? Well, look no further. Join Bupa on eligible products and get 6 weeks free. Terms and conditions apply. Call Bupa to find out more.
Here's Middleton again. One-on-one mark. 11 disposals, 11 kicks, 5 goals for. What a big goal. He's turned this game on its head.
Inside the last 90 seconds now of the third quarter. Claremont could be on a knife's edge here if Peel can get a late goal and take it to a 20-point advantage into the last change. Back in the middle yet again, Jamison wins it down. Opportunity ground level for Clark, but his hand pass is stolen, but a great tackle, albeit high, laid by Wilson. So the free kick is going to go to Ieto. Picks himself up rather gingerly. That was a big crunch.
Definitely a free kick.
Jonathan Ieto with the footy. Long and direct towards full forward, but filling the hole. The ruckman Jamison getting back to take the grab. 45 seconds from the last change of the grand final. Jamison comes out diagonally towards the wing. It's a clever mark, backpedaling by Sears in the congestion.
Get it in.
They need to find a grab here. Seconds ebbing away across the front of the pack. Jamison couldn't mark. Wellens hand pass knocked down. Anderson a hurry kick beyond the defensive 50. Hitting the contest on the bounce there is Wilson. He gets the ball off by hand then to Weston. Kicks up towards the wing. Over the back Davis. Gathers the footy. 14 seconds left. Goes short by hand. Vacuuming it up Malone. Malone towards centre half forward. Attacking the ball brilliantly in defence. Full-chested was Rawson. He may have done enough here to prevent Claremont from scoring, and he has. Three-quarter time in the Simply Energy Colts grand final, and Peel getting the last 3 goals of the third quarter are going to turn for home the favourites with a lead of 14 points. 9-11 playing 8-3 in the Simply Energy Colts grand final at Optus Stadium. Simply Energy Colts grand final of 2019. You see Butters running with the flight there early in the term, able to kick his 4th goal, but down at the other end, the game really coming and bending on the boot of Ben Middleton. He kicked Peel's only 3 goals of the quarter. There's one of them. He's got 5 for the game, and with it, he's given Peel Xavier Ellis a 14-point advantage.
Yeah, you can see that. Middleton just grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck with 5 goals. Cooley's been brilliant for Claremont, 27 disposals and 10 clearances to go with that. I think Butters needs to kick 2 or 3 in this last quarter, 6 or 7. That might give Claremont half a chance.
No, the Tigers can't afford, certainly, to concede the opening goal. Peel breaking. Let's go inside the Claremont huddle with Bupa. The sounds of the game.
You hear Dave saying the same thing. Okay, that's got to be our focus. Get the ball on the outside, run and carry, take grass when we can, and then pump them in long and deep. Okay, we look dangerous down there. Easy ball of those kind of guys. We get the ball in their head, get the crummers at the feet, we're looking really dangerous. Okay? Long, deep entries, make it easy for them to compete and bring it to ground. Okay? What about at stoppages? How are we going covering them off on the way out and that kind of thing?
Yeah, well, there we go, boys. That's going to be the game plan, is to try and get them out the back. Izzy Butters and the like.
Let's go down boundary side. We've got Steve Butler and Adam Jones ahead of the last quarter.
Yeah, real theme in the Peel Thunder huddle that the game's not over yet. There's one more quarter to go, and Mick Glassborough really telling him, Adam, that everything they've done this year comes down to this last 25 minutes. What about Claremont? Can they turn it around?
Yeah, quite similar. The last 25 minutes of the year, they want some deeper entries. Put it up for their key forwards to be able to take some marks and take the game on.
I don't think it's over just yet, but Peel Thunder got control. Back to you, boys.
Thanks very much, Steve and Adam. We've just seen Subiaco and South Fremantle ahead of the Optus Grand Final, the league game coming up immediately after this match out there, having a bit of a feel for Optus Stadium during the three-quarter time break. Subiaco will start the grand final of the league as the hottest of favourites. Peel were a warm favourite coming into this match, and courtesy of Ben Middleton getting the last 3 goals of that third quarter, they're about to turn for home with a 14-point advantage.
I just saw the Sandover medalist, Delahunty, shaking hands with the umpires pre-game, so he might be a chance for the Simpson.
Well, you're voting on it. One down, and he needs to shake your hand. One down by Jamison Oldfield. Soccers off the ground towards the outer wing. Western gets there first for Claremont. Hand pass over the top. Krause buried. There'll be a stoppage on the southern wing.
An interesting matchup up forward for Claremont, boys. You got James Ewing. I mentioned earlier, a Colts Team of the Year defender up against Izzy Butters.
Jamison wins yet another ruck knock, this time down to Clark, and he puts it straight on the chest of Stack at half back. Clifton Stack looking for the best way out. He decides distance towards the outer wing. Peel have some numbers. They almost spoil each other. Off hands at the front. The kick going forward from Batchelor. Destroyed by Peel overhead. Loose ball. The skipper O'Connor gets it. Loops the hand pass out. Davis will need to straighten up. He's a left footer. Goes inside 50. Or Buller didn't run at the footy. Allowed it to pitch in front of him. And Peel are content to take it over the line.
Just had to hit a drop punt. Have it spin right. It was another one of those floaters. We've seen quite a few today. Mick, at times the kicking has been poor, and at other times the kicking has been sensational.
And it's something that the clubs work on a lot these days. We've put a lot of time into teaching players the fundamentals of the game.
Ruck work to be done by Cook and Buller. Cook used his body illegally, and it's going to be a shot on goal for the Tigers. They're taking the advantage. It's with Cooley, who's had a great afternoon as it marked. Right on the line, the grab has been taken. And Claremont are going to line up for goal here. Shorecraft, who didn't play when these teams last met in the second semi, gets on with it in a hurry, and that is the start that Claremont needed to the last quarter of the grand final.
Kia prides itself on the highest quality and design, and it's these qualities that made the Stinger WA's Car of the Year, as voted by the motoring experts at the West Australian. Outside, it's a sleek Gran Turismo. Inside, it's a premium luxury sedan. And under the bonnet, a powerful twin-turbo V6. I'm on the winning team at Kia, and now, with the Kia Stinger winning WA's Car of the Year, isn't it time you joined us?
Shoecraft on that occasion just pops it through. Important goal for Claremont.
The way he went back, it was as if it was the last minute of the game.
Yeah,
I did race back and kicked it. Mind you, it was only from 9 metres out, but it looked like he wanted to try and keep momentum going with the Tigers. They've closed to within 8. The only score of the final term coming from his boot. Jamison in the ruck. Cook, though, the better leap, wins it down. Clark sharks it off to Cooley. Yet another disposal. Cross the body to half forward. Shoecraft's in the game now. Gets the hand pass away to Lyons. Centering kick. Collision of bodies. Knocked down by Huston. Here's the dangerous Butters. Gets the hand pass away. Lyons, not sure whether to snap or set it up. He does the latter. Comes off hands. Going back there, Sears along with Malone, but Ramshaw comes in. Not Ramshaw, Rowson. Gathers, takes a bounce wide towards the outer side. Batchelor's got a couple to beat. Gets support now coming in from Krause, but Butler spins out with the footy for Peel. Thorne has worked his way free, should have taken the mark. One of his few errors on the day. Clark gets the hand pass away. Weston into the middle of the ground. Can't hit a target on the full. Davis gathers it. He's got Lyons running outside him, but he opts to go long and direct to full forward. Fuller over the back, can't take the mark. Lurking there, Malone. He snaps and goals. Claremont, with the first 2 of the opening term, closed to within 2 points.
The biggest summer of cricket ever starts early.
The entire women's season before the men's.
History in the making.
The T20s.
Magnificent shot.
The one-day internationals.
Watch out, Sri Lanka.
Things just get better and better.
The Women's Big Bash. There's nothing like it.
Stop! She's been run out!
It's Australia's game.
On Australia's home of cricket. Starts next Sunday.
On 7.
Long kick in. Buller just had to compete. Brings it down. Malone swoops. Great finish. He could have flown. He was a spare man that whole time, but realised his big man was going to get the job done and stayed down at ground level. Clever crumbing.
Peel kicked the last 3 goals of the third quarter. Claremont have got the first 2 of the last. They're within 2 points. Jamison up, wins it down. Over the footy in there, Clark. nowhere to go. We'll have a ball up. The umpire lets it roll on. In fact, the ball does jar out eventually, then ricochets back in. Heavy congestion. Thorne laying the tackle, and there will be a ball up in the middle.
They've got to find a way to nullify Callum Jamison's ruck work because he's giving his midfielders first use at the moment, and that's the difference.
Ball loose. Jamison, the ruckman, gathers. Kicks diagonally towards right half forward. Shoecraft coming into the game. Couldn't take that mark. Hudson spins out. Gets a hand pass into the path of Stack. He engages reverse gear and goes back towards Rowson on the defensive 50.
Oh.
Rowson takes on Malone. That will be holding the ball.
Well, Butters is out here if he gets the ball back.
Malone, a great tackle. Rowson was indecisive, going left, right, and then turned straight into Malone, who can now line up on goal for his second consecutive one this afternoon.
Gee, it's going to be a big kick from here.
Yep.
I just hope it doesn't land on the line.
Hot day, tired legs. Charlie Malone's going to let loose here from about right on the 50 metre when he plants the left foot. A moment ago, it was a snap from 7 metres out. This is a long-range attempt. Gets very close to the man on the mark. He's trying to eke out every centimetre he can. The ball drifts right and through for the minor score. It's a 1-point grand final.
Started the year as a midfielder, Charlie Malone, and then went on, as I mentioned earlier, he's kicked 25 goals for the year. He's 26, obviously, today, so he's one that they'll want to be very mindful of in these last 20 minutes of football.
Skipper Pina down the corridor to Knight, who's seen a fair bit of the footy today. Pokes it beyond the defensive 50. Marked by his teammate there in Rankin. Gives it back to Knight, and that's a poor disposal. Thomas running across the half-back line. Shares it by hand with Anderson. Coming out wide towards the wing. Fuller's got a couple to beat. He does well. He brings it down to the front there, but Weston didn't get the kindest of bounces. Trying to fight for it now at ground level. Wellen slung to ground. Weston's dogged with the tackle. We'll have a ball up.
Good mindset by Buller there again. We mentioned it that last goal that he competes, brings it down again, 2v1. The job's just to bring it down, doesn't have to mark it.
Jamison up, wins it down. Only as far there as Rankin. His hand pass goes back into congestion. Jamison, the Claremont ruckman, is down after leaping for that contest. The kick towards half forward. The juggled mark has been taken. Clever one down there. Taken by Hewer.
Holding his knee too.
This is not good.
Jamison, he hasn't moved, and I saw him grab his knee.
There he is, Callum Jamison. He's been easily the most dominant big man on the ground today. He's not in good condition at the moment. See a replay of it. Goes up. In fact, he might mainly be winded.
Yeah.
He's picking himself up. Meanwhile, the shot on goal from Hewer. Has he got him back in the game? He has. He's extended the lead with Claremont coming. Peel back to a 7-point advantage.
It's a high ball.
Don't you diddle, don't you daddle, you better skedaddle. May need to run for your life. Well, like Virginia Creeper, well, didn't want to keep her, just maybe for a while. You're the lady in a hurdle. Well, I feel that day.
As we see Connor Hewer come in, beautiful set shot kick. His brother's actually an assistant coach with the Peel Thunder and coached the Futures this year, Jaden Hewer. So no doubt there would have been some hearts in mouths in that coaching box.
Well, that one's certainly coming against the trend in the opening 6 or 7 minutes of that quarter. Claremont were very dominant. They kicked 2 goals, 1, but with that concession there, they lead by just 7 points from the ruck contest. Hinder to Pemberton. Brushes aside a would-be tackler. Kicks to half forward. Oh, big leap there and a good mark taken by Ramshaw at centre half back. He's got players out here on the wing, one of whom is Lyons. He's been more prominent after half-time. Gets the hand pass away to Clark. Back to Lyons. Not put off by the tackle. Spivey on the end of it. 2 kicks from home. Spivey had a purple patch in the second quarter. Kicks towards full forward. Offhand Shoecraft gets the hand pass to Clark. It's an open goal square and he bounces it home. The Tigers get the quick reply.
Looking for a great deal on health cover? Well, look no further. Join Bupa on eligible products and get 6 weeks free. Tins apply. Call Bupa to find out more.
At Simply Energy, we're proud to be powering up the WAFL during the final series. And no matter your team's result, we're offering 40% off gas usage charges when you pay on time. Call 1800 286 867 or find us online to switch today.
A fantastic finish by Jai Clark. We mentioned him early in the coverage. He is their barometer, and look at him get around him here.
Let's go down boundary side. We've got Adam Jones down there with some thoughts on how things are unfolding.
Yeah, it's been a big effort for Jai. Not only has he copped the boot to the head early in this game, he said to us on Monday night at the Sandover Medal that he's still quite sore in that wrist of his, so it's a big effort from him today and a fantastic goal there.
He was fourth in the Jack Clark medal, named on the interchange in the Colts Team of the Year for 2019 from the ball up. One down in there by Bullock. Can someone get it at ground level for Claremont? Young is over the footy. Stolen off in the end by Cooley. Could be on his way to the Mel Winnan medal for best of field as he kicks it on the bounce towards the outer side. Sears didn't want to grab it. He fisted the ball away. Ends up with Butler. The hand pass comes backwards. Kick knocked down off the boot. Almost a throw, I would have thought, in there from Davis. No one being able to get a clean possession. Young tries to back out with the footy, loses it, and he'll actually cough it up completely. Free kick for Peel for holding the ball.
It's just 2 years in a row, boys, that we've had a fantastic Simply Energy Colts Grand Final.
Egan flings it out wide to his captain. Pena went to play on, dropped the footy. Now he comes back to the edge of the centre square. Ewing running down from half-back has taken the mark. Kicks wide now towards right half forward. Big fly down there from Ramshaw. Boundary line is looming. Very clever there. Kept alive by Thorne. Knocked it in when it looked like it was going to go over the chalk, but they can do nothing with it after that. And a ball up 40 out from the Thunder's goal.
The panic as a defender when you fly for a big spoil and you don't get the ball and it goes flying over the back. Hard in mouth stuff.
Ball up again. Well one down in there by White, but a strong tackle laid by Batchelor. And yet another stoppage.
Cooley's up to his 30 disposals. Thorne leaving the way with 18 for Peel.
That's the Mel Winnan medal, one of the greats of Western Australian football. Very recently inducted into the AFL Hall of Fame. From the ball up, taken by Young. Kicks in towards centre half back, on the fly. Crump can't mark, recovers at ground level, needs to be careful. Hand pass into a nest of Peel players, one of whom is Pena, has to go back and lay the tackle in the end. And there'll be a stoppage, centre half forward for Peel.
It comes down to a battle of will now, doesn't it? 13 minutes to go in this game, and these players will be out on their feet.
Buller in the ruck, having to do the big man work now with Jamison off the ground, injured. Free kick, Davis held but not in possession. Claremont can press forward. They're down by a point. 12 minutes remaining. Close to the man on the mark. Roos said, high, great grab by Shoecraft, not paid. Oh dear, oh dear. Peel able to come away with the footy, not too sure about that. Thorne now grubbers a kick into the path of Knight. This will really hurt Claremont if they can goal at the other end here. Peel coming out on the lead. Middleton couldn't mark. Anderson goes to ground. How will the umpire view it? No prior opportunity.
Probably a fair result, the two Peel players running to each other. That looked like a spectacular mark. There it is.
Unlucky.
They've seen worse paid.
Ball thrown up. One down in there by Peel through Cook. Kicked into bodies by Clark. Wellen shares it by hand. Thorne gives it back to him. Snaps across the body. Is it out on the full bounce? Perhaps on the line for a throw-in.
Well, just watch Tyrone Thorne here. His last couple of stoppages, he gets on the move, and he's very, very dangerous in these situations.
Especially if he's standing by himself.
Pressure on the Claremont defence. They trail by a point. Once again, the clearance comes from Cooley, but it'll come back in. The mark taken by Egan, who signals he wants to slow things down.
Still 10 minutes to go. You've seen his leg. Mick, you're a big fan. Can he get the 55-metre journey?
Yeah, I'm not sure he's got the journey this late in the game, but he is one of the better strikers of the ball in the competition.
12-12 this season. Ideal conditions. He too gets close to the man on the mark. It won't quite have the carry. Is that a push?
Yep.
Yes. Middleton didn't get away with that one. He's going to cough the ball up. Give it back to Jack Buller. Buller now goes short. Finds the chest of his captain in O'Connor.
Probably didn't need to do that.
I was about to say the same thing.
Could have either shepherded it through or just held his ground.
Yeah.
Anderson. Short along the boundary line. Batchelor with it. Wants to go backwards to Anderson. They're blocked going out on the southern side. Swings it back into the corridor.
Middle.
Taken by Krause. Yeah, they do have players free. Well, they did. Took too long, Krause. Now comes out to the pocket and Ramshaw.
Boys, I will just say, look, congratulations to all the WAFL talent managers. They do a fantastic job, and the Colts coaches work extremely long hours over the course of the year to put on such events as today and showcase this outstanding young WA talent.
Miller showcasing his overhead ability. This is great news. Callum Jamieson is back on the ground, so it was a severe case of winding rather than anything structurally damaged in that ruck contest. Cooley goes inside 50. Didn't do a lot with it. The clearing kick comes out from Peel, but not great by Hudson. He puts it straight on the chest.
Get it in, deep.
Of Becerra. Becerra now long and direct. Can Claremont find a mark down there? They can't. Offhand's Thorn. Hand pass too slick for any teammates. Going to ground in there. Peel Thunder calling for a free kick. The Tigers. How does the umpire view it? It'll be a ball up.
Brave move going to ground in defence.
See Ewing cramping up there, just trying to pull the toes back. Cook uses the body, try to get Jamieson under it. Couldn't. Malone snaps. He's got another. Claremont are back in front.
Kia prides itself on the highest quality and design, and it's these qualities that made the Stinger WA's Car of the Year, as voted by the motoring experts at the West Australian. Outside, it's a sleek Gran Turismo. Inside, it's a premium luxury sedan. And under the bonnet, a powerful twin-turbo V6. I'm on the winning team at Kia, and now, with the Kia Stinger winning WA's Car of the Year, isn't it time you joined us?
Fantastic goal from a clearance, Malone. They've been dominating those hit-outs all day. Timed his run. And we mentioned only moments earlier that he's so dangerous around goals, and we can see why now.
Well, he's got 2 last quarter goals, and he has given his team the lead inside the last 7.5 minutes of the grand final. Going up high, 1 down by Claremont. He does his own roving in the end there, Miller. Kicks towards half forward. Part of that pack collapses. Well done back there in defence by Rawson. Kicks it out wide. How will the umpire view this? It's out on the full anyway, so don't have to worry about it being deliberate. Young with the free kick. He wants to get things rolling quickly. Pops it over the wing. The mark taken by Crump. Crump signals that he wants to go long, and he does just that. The pack sets 45 metres out. Claremont in the end flying highest and fisting it away for a behind.
Well, they're a team that naturally takes risks, Peel. They're going to have to now. It's 6.5 minutes to go. They're going to have to come back through the middle of the ground and get some sort of clean entry forward.
And I think Claremont as well need to continue doing that, because that's how they've both played all day. You don't want to go into your shell and then turn one over doing something you haven't done all day.
Miller and Cook in the ruck. Cook get fingertips to it. Ground level ball. The quick clearing kick by Rankin. Back over the wing. Is that an infringement there? No whistle. Thought he might have been taken a little bit recklessly there on that occasion, Hewer, but Claremont able to get on with it. The hand pass comes from O'Connor. Back to Riley. Peel with the fist last in line. Claremont ground level ball. They're able to keep it alive momentarily. But it's out of bounds on the full. Off the boot of Becerra. Peel to bring it back in from just backward of left wing.
A little bit of time wasting going on here. Obviously the clock doesn't stop. The Claremont supporters not overly willing to give the ball back quickly.
Rankin pokes it laterally. Hudson needs to find a way out here. The next link in the chain needs to be a good one. He kicks to almost a 1-on-1, but a beautifully weighted kick gets over O'Connor, allows Ewing to take it uncontested in the end. He goes long. Winder worked under the ball down there by Thomas. He is then buried at the bottom of the pack, and we'll have a ball up.
You mentioned it earlier, Rex. There's some brave defenders laying on the footy inside defensive.
Just sliding on it, and that'll do.
Claremont up by 5. Miller in the ruck, but Cook wins it down for Peel. Tries to lean over and do the roving. Opportunity in there for the Thunder. High tackle has been laid by Jamison. No, in fact, it's Ramshaw who's laid the high tackle, and Thorne, the very dangerous Tyrone Thorne, to have a set shot directly in front from 40 out.
Here's the free kick. Bit hard to see. I think he called too high. You can see where that left arm's hanging by the looks of that replay. Potentially he did get him high.
Shaw just marking the ground where he's going to run at. Thorne taking plenty of time. 4.5 minutes remaining in the game. This to give Peel a 1-point advantage. To the eastern end of Optus Stadium, he sets it on its way. It's a nail-biter going down to the wire.
It's a high ball.
Don't you diddle, don't you daddle, you better skedaddle. May need to run for your life. Well, like Virginia Creeper, well, didn't want to keep her, just maybe for a while. You're lately in a hurdle. Well, I feel that day.
Looks like a simple shot from 30 out directly in front, but it's a bit different when there's 3.5 minutes to go in a grand final to put your team back in front. That's leadership. Thorne's had 21 disposals today, 6 clearance, and that's his first goal.
We may as well build the tension. If scores are level at the 25-minute mark, the game just keeps running. It's like NRL, and it will be golden point. Too many men in the centre square. Peel Thunder player Stack went in from centre half back. Jamison plays on by hand, then to Clark. Clark straightens Claremont up down the corridor. The mark taken in front by Shoecraft. Geez, had a good last quarter in the air. He goes now to within 15 metres of goal. Over the back, Peel didn't panic. Pemberton to Hudson. A clearing kick. Will it clear? No! On the stretch, Davis takes the mark.
Gee whiz, I didn't see what happened at that centre bounce, but when you're up by a point in a grand final with 3 minutes to go, that would have to be one of the sillier things you can do.
Well, Stack came in off the centre half back off the line.
Big free kick to give away.
So here we go. The shot on goal from Lachlan Davis. 16 games, just 2 goals, 2 this season. Hasn't hit the scoreboard today. Most important kick for him in 2019. In he goes, shoots, and the Tigers are back in front. 2.5 minutes from full time.
Looking for a great deal on health cover? Well, look no further. Join Bupa on eligible products and get 6 weeks free. Terms and conditions apply. Call Bupa to find out more.
At Simply Energy, we're proud to be powering up the WAFL during the final series. And no matter your team's result, we're offering 40% off gas usage charges when you pay on time. Call 1800 286 867 or find us online to switch today.
Well, there he is, Anthony Davis. He had an outstanding prelim final, one of his better games of the year, where he had 16 disposals and kicked 2 goals last week. And what a crucial shot on goal, boys.
This is where it gets interesting now, because the players know exactly how long.
And you can't get a spare.
No. So it's not like a game that just runs. You think we're close to full time. They know exactly on the ground clock when it hits 25 minutes, it's the end of the grand final, and they've got 80 seconds remaining. Claremont will just want stoppages. Up it goes. It's one down. Cooley, the best man on ground, perhaps kicks up to half forward, and Butters flies and takes the mark. No, it's been paid the other way. The kick has been paid there to Peel. The kick came out from Egan, I think it was. Long kick now by Oldfield. Big pack up. Off hands Weston. Hand pass to O'Connor. Throws it on the boot. Can't clear the defensive 50. Boundary line is looming. That helps Claremont.
45 seconds to go.
Well, they're going to end up with about 30 seconds here, so they're going to have to be clean, Peel.
Claremont have got to try and get someone in front of the Peel forwards. It's so open deep. If they get a quick kick, they've got an opportunity.
5 points, 28 seconds left in the grand final. Boundary throw in, knocked back towards the line by Jamison. Thorne can't keep it alive, or can he? Nearly threw the ball up. Gavin's kick partially smothered. Chance chance here. Oldfield gives it off to Aieto. A game-saving smother. Thomas across the bows, and he will win Claremont the grand final.
Well, the side hasn't gone. They've got to get back.
3 seconds to go. Umpire hasn't pulled the trigger. There it is. The Tigers coming in as the underdogs. Devastation for Peel. Claremont have pinched the Simply Energy grand final for the Colts by a margin of 5 points. So well done to the Tigers. They have won by 5 points. They came into the final quarter. Mick Ablett, 14 points in arrears.
Yeah, well, none of us picked him either, did we? So to Ross McQueen, that's his 3rd Colts premiership to go with 3 reserves premierships. What an outstanding servant at WA football. Warren Parker's been there 6 years as a talent manager. So those guys who have worked very, very closely together, we absolutely over the moon.
Well, some of these boys may play out the remainder of the career with nothing as exciting as this. And one man who has been absolutely brilliant today, Jack Cooley, is down on the ground with our own Steve Butler.
Yes, Glenn, he's been absolutely magnificent from start to finish, Jack. Congratulations today, and that look on your face when that siren went means a lot, doesn't it, son?
Oh, honestly, like, we came down from 1 and 3, I think, at the start of the year, and then the belief amongst the group is just absolutely amazing. Like, we've got every individuals in the state team, individuals at PSA, but we just gelled so well, and I couldn't be proud of the group.
I understand you haven't got an invite to either the state or the national combines, mate, but you played like I think a few people are going to be looking at you after this.
Oh, yeah, look, honestly, like, I missed out on the 18s, and I just said from then on I'm going to win a flag for Claremont, and whatever else comes. So honestly, this is just the best thing that could ever happen.
Well, Jack, you're absolutely magnificent today, mate. Well done, and go and enjoy it.
Thank you very much, Steve. Appreciate it.
Good on you, Steve. What an advertisement today for the WAFL. We started with the reserves. West Perth beat Claremont by 6 points. In the Colts, Claremont have beaten Peel by 5. Subiaco very shortly on 7 will be taking part and looking to defend their premiership against South Fremantle in the Optus League Grand Final. But what a terrific game this afternoon. Let's go down again to Steve Butler.
Got Jai Clark here with me, and Jai, I think I'm seeing you better than you're seeing me. It's a nice little shiner there, but I bet you it feels pretty good at the moment.
It feels amazing, mate. Just so proud of the boys to go over the line. Yeah, been trying all year to get there, but we finally did it.
Well, your brother Jordan obviously had a cracking year with Geelong, but it's your day today. Your brother, your dad Russell,